Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Sour Beer Reviews. Got some Australian hype here. So this is by Future Brewing out of Sydney, relatively new brewery. Killing it at the moment. This is their big WESTIE, West Coast Double IPA. Percentage is 8%, so she's a big boy. The hops in it are Mosaic, Motueka, Experimental Hop, HBC 586, and Nelson. So yeah, it was I think it was released last week. So the date on the can's hard to read, but should be fresh as. And I've already poured it in my Juicy proper glassware. So Juicy is a festival run by Range up in Brisbane. The reason I've used this glass is because Future have been invited and they're going to be one of the brewers there. So pretty cool. Looks like, yeah, very clean and clear. Like probably a light to medium body. The head was, yeah, like a little bit thicker when I first poured it. It's been sitting for a couple of minutes. So looks the part though. And I love a WESTIE. WESTIEs are the shit. So let's go with. You're getting some citrus like orange and grapefruit. Cheers, Scott, brother. Good to see you. As far as like malt goes, it's like, yeah, crackery, like maybe some light, like white bread sort of thing. It's not so much that like caramel toffee, like that old school WESTIE like backbone. It's maybe a touch of pine, but it's not very like it's not huge on the nose. It's a little bit grassy. It's definitely more of a modern take on a WESTIE. Just can't get over how like it looks so good, clear as day, and just like watching you probably can't see it in the camera, but just the bubbles like cascading. Anyway, I got to go in. This is, I think this is going to be a good one, boys and girls. Cheers. Yeah, straight away on the taste, you're getting like pine and like that resinous. It's like maybe a little bit dank. There's definitely some bitterness. But yes, like as far as like hop fruit character, you're probably getting like it's like grapefruit, and then you're getting like a slight little tropical vibe, like maybe a hint of like guava or berry. Yeah, it's quite spritzy as well. I mean, looking like on appearance, you'd say light to medium, but like mouthfeel, it's quite light. And there's like a sort of like a herbal note, like it's got a touch of spice or something on the back end. Hmm. I need to trim my moustache. I'm getting like foam in caught in the bottom. It's definitely got like I'd say like moderate bitterness. Like it's got quite a kick, which is good. I hate when you get a WESTIE and the bitterness is real low and it's like more fruity than sort of old school WESTIE. I love the glassware. So yeah, these guys, they've only just started out. And I've done a few beers from them previously. I think this is now probably the seventh beer they've done. And yeah, they're already, pardon me, they're already one of my favourite Aussie breweries. Like, they're killing it. I need to get myself some merch, a nice hat or a t-shirt or something. Even like a glass. Most of my favourite breweries I have glassware from. So like whenever I take photos for Insta or even just like on here and stuff, it's good to have the proper glassware. And you're getting like it's definitely got a berry touch to it, but it's quite like it's subtle, but it's there. It's just got this like underlying dankness, like a little bit earthy and dank. I'd like, yeah, as far as Westies go, like the hop characteristics of banging, like it's really good, but I just prefer my Westies with that sort of thicker, like maltier backbone, like when you get that old school sort of toffee note. So yeah, that's what sort of like confuses me. It's like I love a Westie, and like quite often the hop character lately with Westies is banging, but they don't have the same sort of like that same malt character that they used to. But yeah, like just that, it's got that crackery vibe. I mean, it's almost like you almost get like a touch of rye or like this sort of different spice character, which is yeah, it's like really nice. And as I've said, like in a previous vid, I just love their logo. It's like simple and effective. Westie boy. But yeah, like really happy for these guys. They're killing it. Like just I love to see a brewery that's just yeah, like reasonably new and just killing it from the get go when all these other ones that are like struggling. There's some out there that make excuses like about this and that, but at the end of the day, it's about your product. If it's not good enough, yeah, you're going to struggle. One for the peeps out there, like a question, if anyone's watching or like later on sort of thing. What do you prefer, West Coast or New England style? I'm definitely a Westie boy. Be just good to know, like, I feel like a lot of your old school crafties these days lean more towards West Coast. I just, yeah, I love hazies at times, but yeah, it's just, I get a bit sick of them, like palate fatigue. But yeah, the bitterness definitely lingers. And it's just got this like slight herbal note and like a touch of spice. Like, yeah, it reminds me of like rye. It's got that rye sort of note. Don't know what it is, but it's a good thing. Definitely the sort of beer you could have a few of them, but not too many, just because of the high ABV. Like it probably drinks true to its like percentage. I've obviously had a couple of beers previous to this, and yeah, slugged this fairly quick, and it's like, ooh, starting to feel it. But yeah, score wise, yeah, I don't know, maybe I'd be pretty generous on this one. Like out of 5 for it's a solid Westie. I'd say probably 4.25, I reckon, out of 5. I think like it's got that complex sort of hop character, which like allows for so many different flavors and that. But yeah, for me, I just prefer the more old school vibe with the malt. It's more of that, yeah, like that new school, modern Westie, California Westie, whatever you want to call them these days. But yeah, I'm off to Melbourne tomorrow. Might visit a few breweries. Depends how it's going for like, yeah, like people around and time and that. But yeah, it'd be cool to do like a review or two from a brewery. That'd be awesome. And I'm going to a gig. I don't know if like many of yous out there know the Darkness, but going to see them. Like I've seen them back when they first started, probably like 15 year ago, I reckon. And yeah, it was one of those gigs that I was like, fuck, this is unreal. Like, old mate's wearing his like leotard and like his chest's out. He's got the long hair and the tattoos and like just like all over the stage and doing like guitar solos in the crowd and everyone's singing along. It was like just such a good show. And I was like, fuck, like they've come back to Australia. I'm like, I've got to go see them. And especially because it's sort of like a festival thing where there's 2 other Aussie bands playing with them, and both those Aussie bands are really good as well. So it's going to be a good night. Anyway, yeah, so the beer, I reckon 4.25 out of 5. I'm really digging these guys at the moment. Like, so if you live in Australia and you can get access to these, or you know someone that lives here, I highly recommend Future. As I said, like they've only just started. Like this is only like their 7th beer, I think. So yeah, they're killing it, and they're already hooking up with like the likes of Track in the UK, which is like, to me, I've had heaps of UK beers, and Track are right up there. They're one of the best there. So, cool. So, on to the next one. Hope everyone has a rad weekend, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.